let's have a watch first. So just have an uninterrupted watch. Okay, nice hop at the start. Okay. I would probably release MT there earlier for that spiral. I think that actually hurt you quite a bit. Um, Try a bit of fast fall there as well. That's good. That's a very good corner. That's all good stuff towards the end. Don't I'm not going to focus on the stuff in the last few seconds because that is honestly like pretty textbook. Like you'd only just be a matter of small refinements, and even then, pretty good. So this is the first big thing I noticed. Fair enough, you do hold to try and get a tighter spiral, but to be perfectly honest, I think you've held it and you've actually hurt yourself with it. You want to be hopping into it earlier and having maybe slightly more increased rate of hops might get you around with a better angle. You're going for a fast lap anyway, so you've got nothing to lose. You can go considerably tighter than you are, and if you fall off, just try again anyway. You know, like for a 3 lap, I can understand you being a bit conservative, but for a fast lap, just go for it. So yeah. So like, I think the way you charge MT is fine, but don't bother holding it. Just release it and hop around. And don't be scared to hop into it. And yeah, this one, just try and MT as soon as you can, like at that point there, because then you should have a release by this point, and then you should be able to do like another RMT. So just try and release a bit earlier. Yeah, because you could have had an MT by this point. Hi Golden Guy, how you doing? You're quite unfortunate, you've caught me at the very end, so I'm just finishing off with just a sort of review of Quantum's run and trying to help him improve. The bridge, I can't blame you for not doing full sneaking here, but that's a fairly good effort there, to be fair. So you do this MT here. I think after this hop, if you're able to get your second MT here to finish a bit more to the right, use a bit of handling, try and drift into another RMT, and you can use like it's rotating this way. I'm trying to mirror it for the camera. So it's rotating this way. So if you drift, the drift will take you onto the platform after. So, like, try and drift into an RMT and then hold the drift, and it will take you onto this part of the road here. So it'll take you onto here. And then you should be able to release an MT quite quickly, and it'll save you a lot of time. I think you would be good enough to do that. It might be difficult to understand fully what I'm saying there, I appreciate, but if you look at a run, like say even just my run, you'll get the idea for what I mean. So you're just holding a drift and you're letting the bridge rotate so that it pushes you onto the track, and you get a smooth landing, you don't get a bump. Didn't do 3 MTs in spinning bridge. Shaking my head. Yeah. So it's a good effort on the bridge there. And then, if you're feeling brave, you can then try to do a corner cut here, but it is quite hard. So I don't blame you for not doing it. So don't worry about that too much. Otherwise, shroom spot's fine. Just try and do a little bit of fast fall there. If you're landing into a mushroom, there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do that. But yeah, otherwise, this is pretty good. That's a good corner clip. Very little handling, good hop. Um, you know, I would struggle to do much better at that section, if at all, to be quite honest. That was actually a textbook last few seconds, I would almost say. So, yeah. Um, that's quite good. So I would absolutely continue to do that last section that way, for sure. But so there's not much point in me going over that, other than just say well done. But yeah, I hope. Did you catch what I was saying about the spiral part? I think this is one of the big parts you're losing a lot of time. Because yeah, release that empty earlier, hop more rapidly to get round with a tighter line, and then do your next LMT earlier, and you should hopefully be able to then do an RMT before the bridge. That should save you a fair bit of time. As for the early parts, start and hop's quite good. Are you much like? Are you particularly capable of like doing like a neutral hop into an MT? So, for example, here for your LMT, if you're able to not hold left during the hop, so just hop with no input and then sort of like basically like a Sasha drift. So like rather than just doing a hard left hop, just a neutral input hop into a left drift if you can. That would give you a much better line there, and it would save you from being forced. Sorry, hold on. Yeah, it'd save you from being forced into this awkward sort of area here, and then as a result, what happens is because you're kind of forced into this awkward area here, you're then overcompensating. So you're going more this way, kind of. Like, maybe not immediately, but afterwards you're kind of sort of ended up on a wide line. So, yeah, that's fine. You're kind of sort of a much more curved path, shall we say. You're travelling more distance because of that. It's amazing what a simple difference in your hopping input can do to run. Because simply because of that, that's 2 MTs it's affected you considerably on, just because you didn't do a neutral hop into left in mini turbo. So that's how important it is. Otherwise, yeah, if you're able to do it slightly faster as well, you could then do a slightly more aggressive hop around here. So really holding right into this hop, like into this corner here, you can be quite a lot closer to the wall, and then what you can do afterwards is you can double hop around. I appreciate this is maybe dumping a lot of information on, but if you want you can like highlight this after the stream or clip some of it. It's useful. Otherwise, I don't think I'm going to worry about telling you about the slip drift here. But you can release the MT here and then reinitiate a new drift. So you basically release the MT in the air and you land it into a new drift. But that's quite difficult, so don't worry about that too much. You tried double hopping, it's quite hard. Yeah, it's just all about getting the position. But see if you're able to do like the improvements I mentioned earlier, and then hop more strongly into this corner here, so that you hop more strongly into this corner, so you're closer to the wall, but you're also further, so you're more like going to be where my mouse pointer is, kind of. If you like have a sort of more like aggressive hop into it. And then you can delay that MT a bit if you have to, and then because you're releasing your MT further up towards the corner, you can then double hop around it. Your positioning's better for it. Again, I think a lot of this positioning here again comes from this MT here. So maybe not directly by this point, to be fair, but you know, it does go to show that a simple slight adjustment in your input can have a profound effect for a considerable portion of track, really. So there you go. I need to get some form of drawn tool thing I can do, so I can just draw here and like draw lines. But hopefully the cursor gives you an idea. Otherwise, I hope I've not dropped too much information on you. I appreciate I've just gone right into it. But yeah, if you're able to even take one thing from what I said, it's got to be the spiral. That's the first part you can absolutely improve considerably. Focus on the start and the spiral, and you'd have a mid 37 for sure. And then after that, I guess it's just more precision, but that comes with experience. Cool. So I'll just stop there before I just start going further and further into the rabbit hole that is trying to explain it all. No problem. Like I say, once I end the stream, feel free to highlight it if you wish. I don't know if you can highlight it, but if you can, feel free to go ahead and do it, and then you can watch it back. To be fair, I might highlight it and upload it, but